अस्सलाम वालेकुम दोस्तों, कैसे हैं आप सब लोग। So first we are going to do computer science, and in computer science would just be focusing on major SLOs and major topics, which is basically programming in C language, right? And in programming C language we have multiple sub SLOs and SLOs. So first I'm going to share you the exam specification. So from the first chapter, that is programming techniques, understanding the problem, algorithm, flowchart. Basically, that it is an overview of like computers programming. Like if you are doing computer programming, making websites, and etc., you should know these all like things: flowcharts, algorithms, understanding the problem. Is a basic knowledge a programmer must have, right? So, from the first chapter, programming in C language, uh, only 6 marks MCQ would be coming in your board exams, and one CRQ would be coming in your board exams of 2 marks, right? So, this chapter would be consisting of 8 marks from your exams, right? Now, coming upon the second topic, programming in C language, that is, the main and the major topic which we will be covering in, this video. So, in this programming in C language, we have 7 MCQs, right? And only 7 MCQs, no CRQ or ERQ. And why I'm saying that, like no CRQ and ERQ, that's because we have only 7 MCQs from this chapter, as it is an introductory chapter. As programming in C language, it only highlights the major steps, or major SLOs that a programmer should know. A C programmer, basically a C programmer must know, right? So in this chapter we would be covering all the topics. And just to clarify, that programming environment, this programming environment won't be coming in your uh, computers exam. Why? Because it's class activity, right? It's not included. uh, you can also just recheck or verify, like my what do we say, you can also verify that this chapter coming in our exams or not. But but the thing is that it may, like MCQs may come from this chapter, right? So this SLO in programming environment, it's just basically about like what is the scope of programming environment, like etc., like what are the jobs which can be done, etc., right? So third is programming basics, header files, reserved words, and that is header file structure of a C program, comments in a C language, right? So this topic is major topic in a C language, right? Why am I saying this? Because if we would not be just focusing on this chapter, we won't be able to solve this chapter. Like it's a jugular vein of these upcoming chapters, right? So only 7 MCQs from this chapter, and from the above chapter we have only 6 MCQs and one CRQ. Now the major chapter here, the major after this, right? Programming C language, that is input and output handling. Now what does it mean by input and output handling? It means like output functions, input functions, right? Statement terminator, format specifiers, escape sequence. That is the first SLO. Then 3.1.1, these are just SLOs, sub SLOs. Then operators in C language: arithmetic, assignment, relational operators, logical operators, increment operators, increment, decrement operators, right? Increment means, just to clarify the things, plus plus one, then it is minus minus one, right? And we can also write like this: 1 plus plus, or 1 minus minus, and we are going to use this terminology, 1 minus minus and 1 plus plus, in our upcoming programs. So After that, we have difference between assignment operators and equal to operator, difference between unary and binary operators, right? Then it is conditional ternary operator, that is order of precedence of operators. Now, why are we studying this chapter, this chapter? Because it has major role in a computer C programming. Why? Because input and output is basically all about C languages, right? And from this chapter we have ERQ, and 8 marks CRQ, and you already know that ERQ consists of 6 marks. It's a like major and basic knowledge. So ERQ from this chapter, but it would be optional, right? You can just go through this chapter, then this conditional control structure also has 1 CRQ and 7 MCQ, right? So this one, chapter number 4, can come in your ERQs, right? This is to clarify that this chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 5, we have a choice in these 3 chapters, right? And then the last chapter, which is what is it, loop structure. Number 1 loop structure, number 2 conditional control structure, number 3 input and output handling. All chapters, right? Loop structure, and conditional control structure, and input and output handling. These all 3 chapters, which are fundamentals of a computer C programming, would be coming in your ERQ, optional ERQ, right? And the another option would be given from this chapter number 8, which is not included in your syntax book, because it is syntax book, and we are following Ahan board, AQB examination board, right? So the chapter which is not given in your textbook is computer security and ethics, right? So this chapter would be your chapter 8, and this would be consisting of 2 MCQs, major 2 MCQs, right, about the computer security, blue hackers and red hackers, all type of hat hackers, hat hackers and etc, worms and the types of viruses, all of that. Then 1 ERQ would be coming from this chapter, but again it would be optional. It would be given as an optional ERQ from this chapter, or from the past 3 chapters which I've already explained. So this would be consisting of total of 8 marks, right? 6 from 1 ERQ and 2 marks from 1 MCQ. Coming upon the chapter conditional control structure, it would be consisting of 1 CRQ, which would be 3 marks, right, and 7 MCQs. 7, this is to clarify, this would be consisting of 7 MCQs, not 6 MCQs, 7 MCQs, right? Now then, control structure, SLOs, these all SLOs are included, right? Nothing is of class activity. Then we will be moving upon loop control structure. Now loop control structure is only it is very small chapter, but a major chapter as well. Why am I saying that it is a major chapter? Because mostly in exams, in ERQs, we are questioned about do while statement, or difference between while and do while statement loops. We can, or we may be given this while and do while loop structures different, but mostly we have programs in which we have to put in these loops, and then we have to come up with the output, right? So types of loop structures: the for statement, the while statement, the do while statement, difference between while and do while loops, and nested loops, right? Now this whole chapter, loop control structure, would be consisting of 3 MCQs and 1 CRQ of 3 marks, right? So basically 6 marks, total of 6 marks, right? But again, ERQ could be there of this this chapter. Coming upon computer logic gates and circuits. Now digital logic gates and logic gates, this is the difference between digital and logic, discrete and continuous. Basic logic gates through table, logic gates and their through tables, creating NAND and NOR gates using basic gates, a Boolean expression and Boolean function, conversation of conversion of Boolean function or expression to logic circuit. You know, you must have learned all these terminologies before your fifth grade or in your fifth grade, because it's like basic and junior type of knowledge. So this all logic gates, NAND, NOR, OR, NAND, and all of these would you would have previously learned this all logic gates. But the Boolean expression and Boolean function you may have also learned before, but this is an upgraded version, and upgraded and a little bit hard version before, right? Then simplification of Boolean function using Karnaugh map. This Karnaugh map, you know there's 99% probability that this Karnaugh map would be coming in your board examination, 2025 board examination of computer science. Why am I saying this? Because previously in 2019, maybe I'm not like sure, but in past papers I've gone through this Karnaugh map, and in our board mocks paper also, like latest mocks paper, we have also been giving the Karnaugh map of 4 marks, like to draw Karnaugh map and do all these multiplication and divisions in it. Now coming upon Karnaugh map SLOs, 6.3.1 Karnaugh map, the introduction and all basics of Karnaugh map. Then 6.3.2 is simplifications of two variable Boolean function using Karnaugh map. Now in this we would be simplifying the two variable Boolean function using Karnaugh map. I would be telling you what is Karnaugh map, and I would be giving giving you an overview of Karnaugh map as well in my upcoming videos, and I would be just covering all this SLOs and exam specification and all these chapters in my upcoming videos, so that you would excel in your board examination. Now simplification, then simplification of three variables Boolean function using Karnaugh map. Now this three variables it is not included in your syllabus or in your exam specification or in your SLOs, right? And just to note that most of some of your SLOs written in your textbooks are not included in AQ examination specifications, right? So you can just recheck in your AQB website and just go through this. Then World Wide Web HTML. Now this whole chapter was already given previously in your 9th board examination. So I will just give an overview in my upcoming videos of this chapter, because this chapter only consists of 4 MCQs, no CRQ, no ERQ. Understood? And this chapter, introduction to World Wide Web, HTML, doctype, HTML, blah blah blah, this all consists of these things which you have previously learned as well. So then introduction to HTML, hypertext markup language, what is a HTML, the basics of HTML. Then text formatting, creating list in HTML, images in background, hyperlinks, answers to MCQs. Oh, this is the last one. But again, in this whole SLOs of the textbooks, it may be possible that in your this SLOs won't be the condition of AQB exam specifications. Why am I saying this? Because this applying background or foreground colors, applying background image, I think so these won't be the exam specification or SLOs of AQB. Now coming upon this computer security and ethics, which I have already previously highlighted, that this is a major chapter to learn because it is an ERQ chapter. So, and it consists of 8 marks, right? Out of 65 marks, it consists of 8 marks. So better learn this chapter thoroughly. And this chapter, why am I saying this, that this chapter is a major chapter? This is because it is, very easy, and it's all basically in the, cognitive level. Most of like the this chapter's SLOs are, understanding based and theoretical based. Some of it are application based as well, but this chapter is to understand, not to, just ratify it. Because why am I saying this? Because, in your, board examination, you would be asked about their differences between black hat hackers, red hat hackers, and all the types of hackers. It may be possible, it's not for sure, but it can be possible. Then would be asked about the types of viruses, worms, and etc. And then the uh, techniques to resolve a virus, or to, safeguard your computer from the viruses, all of that. And then one hierarchy of 6 marks, right? So this was all for today. Now I've just given you the basic overview of the SLOs, and I've also highlighted the SLOs which are not coming in your board, and which are, extra SLOs in your textbooks. So give me permission and just subscribe my channel, like, and you know like, subscribe, share, and give a comment like what should I, upload first, which chapter should I, make a video of first. So thank you, Allah Hafiz.